All right, welcome back. Um, we we are going to uh, talk about formatting text in HTML for this particular session. So um, let me just get rid of all this. I hope that you've gone through, you've created some lists of your own. You've practiced and practiced. That is the key. Practice, practice, practice. Okay. So we'll just be looking at some formatting styles in HTML, and then we end it. We'll continue with something else in the next lecture. Okay. There are instances where you would want to um, underline text. Right. So there is an HTML element that is used for that, and that is the U for underline. Okay. So um, I want to underline something, right? Let me just create a paragraph here. Okay, let's uh, say Kofi is a boy, right? And I want to underline boy. Okay, so what I can do is to wrap boy inside the U element. Okay, so just cut and paste boy here, right? And then so let's refresh our page, and we see that the boy is actually underlined. All right. So to underline a text in HTML, use what? The U element. The U element. Now, personally, I don't like using these formatting styles, the default formatting styles in HTML. I like to apply CSS, which we will talk about later on, but we can just um, keep these simple formatting skills. All right. So that was underline. Okay. Um, to say maybe you want to display a text in italicized format. All right. You can use I or EM. Okay. So again, let's say I have a paragraph. Okay. And when I want to say our HTML class, okay, is going well. Now I want to um, italicize HTML. Okay, so what I can do is use I. Okay, use I for italicize. Okay, put the HTML in it. Let me just get rid of this one. Okay, so let's again first you see that HTML is now italicized. It works the same way if you use EM for emphasis. Okay, it works the same way. It just means that you are placing some form of emphasis on that particular text. The last thing we want to look at is, say you want to display something in both formats. Okay, in both formats. So let's say you want to say cheaters are great runners, and you want runners to be bolden. Um, there is the B tag or B element that we can use. Okay. Again, later on we will learn how to use CSS to change all this. So you see that runners is bolden. We can change B to strong, which is I think was introduced in XHTML. All right, because bold the B tag will be what do you call it? It's deprecated, I think. So later on we'll learn how to use CSS to do those things. So we realize that the runners here is bolding, okay, because we use either strong or bold, okay. Um, One thing that I want to mention about formatting is also code indentation. What is code indentation? Well, um, so all these elements are they come in parent and child format. Okay, so we have the HTML, which is a parent. Okay, and it's having two children, which are the head and then the body. Then the body is having a lot of children. We have PPP and so on and so forth. If you take note of this, but the default behavior of uh, VS Code, Visual Studio Code, is to indent them one space to the right. Okay, always. Just to say that this one is inside the other one. All right. Um, so over here, what we need to do, okay, I just brought them by just to explain. You see, when they are all on the same line like this, sometimes it gets confused. You don't know which one is the child of which one. Okay, you get confused. So it is always advisable to indent the children one tab space to the right. Okay, so everything that is a child of HM, I'm going to indent them one tab space to the right. Have you seen that? Now the body is having some content, so I need to also indent them one tab space to the right so that it shows that these are children inside the body. Now assuming that we finally want to add something like a title. Okay, so this is the title. You realize that by default it is indented one tab space to the right. This shows that this title element is inside the head. I hope you get that. All right. So it it beautifies your code, but also makes sure that you are aware of where a tag or an element starts and ends, right? And which one is the child of another one or whatever it is. I mean, you get the idea. Okay, so this is very important. We looked at underlining text, all right, italicizing, and then bolding the text. We also looked at how to arrange this. Uh, in the past semester, when I started teaching, um, I realized that some students, uh, when they create an element, when they start with the opening tag, they don't end it. They don't end it before they put in content. So like somebody can start with, let's say, a paragraph. This one will not be there. The closing tag will not be there, and they'll start typing. By the time they finish, they have forgotten. Then they create another tag like a. Then they go on, and everything becomes jumbled up, and you don't know which tag starts. So my advice is that anytime you open an element tag, make sure you close it before you put content in the middle. Okay, so if you created this is some element we'll talk about later, like the div. See, I have the opening tag and closing tag here, so I don't have to worry about coming back later to look for this and close it. I've already closed it before I'm going to put some um, content here. I hope you understand this. Now, for those of you who are using um, the phone, the easy HTML on the phone, there is something you can do for indentation, and let me just show you that quickly. Let me launch my visor. Uh, okay. Hold on. I think my phone. So uh, let me find devices here. This is my device. Select it, right, and then it's loading. It's loading. Okay. Here comes. Uh, Here comes the screen. All right. So we have to look for easy HTML. Here it is. Okay, then we launch it. Okay, we typed some code there previously, so I just want us to go back and see how we can format it. So this was the previous folder we've created with a file in it, um, and this is how the code looks like. To format it, you just have to click on the format button here. Okay, and then it will arrange it for you nicely, just like the way we have done here in Visual Studio Code. So you just have to click on this format button here, and all your code will be arranged in the way that you want. Okay, I hope you have learned something here. Um, Hopefully, I come back and you see me typing these things and arranging, indenting them, you understand why I'm doing that. You can also underline the text, italicize, and even bold in it. Good job. Next time we will look at another concept. Thank you.